Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Yeah, concussion, heavyweight division, that's where the most concussion go down. All right, this weekend, matter of fact, tomorrow we got the big fight card on February 22nd, headlined by Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight championship. But we know there's a whole lot of good fights. Now, this card is still good, but it's been a little bit marred. We know the Schofield is out of the Shakur Stevenson fight, with illness. He had to be replaced, so we're talking 3 or 4 days replacement. But at least he's, my boy Stevenson has an undefeated fighter that he's going to fight. Now, what's happening here? Doma Sports Talk, we roll with Joe. So Joseph Parker's fight, who we're looking forward to because it's for the IBF heavyweight title, it is not canceled, but Dubois is out due to illness. So that's the second guy we have due to illness. Now, the good news for the boxing world maybe is he was replaced with some would probably even, in boxing who follow boxing, will consider, even though Dubois is the heavyweight champion and has a whole lot of momentum, they would consider this an upgrade because you know who's replacing him is Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole is in the heavyweight division, very feared and very respected. All right? And there's reasons why. Martin Bakole has only lost one fight. I like to make sure that people understand that. He did lose to Michael Hunter, who is a small heavyweight, but it's sort of a boogeyman who hasn't really got his just due. I think they should have rematched, but that never happened for some reason. But Martin Bakole has done a lot of things. His latest thing that he's done that people would, took notice to was beating Jared Anderson, the heavyweight prospect from America that everybody thought was good, really, really good. He's still good. But that thing, he's had a fight recently where I didn't see it, but he didn't suppose it looked so great because he was knocked out by Bakole. And it changes things, it changes your demeanor, it changes how you look at things. You were stopped before, so you know it's possible. And you have to rebuild from a knockout. So Martin Bakole is the type of fighter. He's huge, right? But he's huge. He got hands, right? Jab, very strong right hand. And he's got a motor. He doesn't get that tired. Now, this is for seeing as though we roll with Joe. I'm happy that the card's going on. But when you roll with somebody, damn, I would rather have him fight for the IBF title. Be a 2-time heavyweight champion. It's a little bit more significant, right? More significant. And I think his chances against Dubois are better than his chances against Martin Bakole, right? Now, think about this. If you, from Joseph Parker's perspective, you've beaten Deontay Wilder, Sheila Shang, and then you got to fight Martin Bakole. And at the end of that is not the heavyweight title. The end of that is just that you can keep your WBO interim title. You see? So the significance falls off, but what you got to do for it doesn't. It's still very, very hard what you got to do. So that's, not optimal for Joseph Parker, but it's still, he's in a very, very competitive fight, and we kind of want that for people we roll with. We don't want our people to just have it easy, just because we roll with them. Those are the other kind of fans. So, Joseph Parker will be able to prove his mettle again, but it's going to be hard. I think it's upgraded. I would think Joseph Parker was totally, 50-50 with Daniel Dubois. I would put Martin Bakole as a slight heavy favorite against Joseph Parker. But it's our boy Joe, and if it's anybody that can get it done, it's him. Now, back to Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole, when you're looking at his size, his work rate, his power, right, and his confidence right now, he's a problem. And from hearing from all of the sparring stories, we don't really like to really get into the sparring stories because sparring is sparring. There's a lot of things that go on in sparring. It's not like they really meet and everybody's, just getting started, warmed up a little bit and just getting started in sparring and everything's fair. Sometimes the guy who has the fight, he's working on things for his fight. The guy who he's sparring against is emulating the guy that his opponent, his future opponent, lots of times. So you got those elements. You got sometimes the sparring partner is like, let's say the fighter who's got a fight coming in, he wants to do 20 rounds. So he fights this guy for 4. He fights this one for 3. He fights this one for, 3. One of them has a heavy puncher. The other one is a speedster. The other one has good movement. You understand? So those are the things that can be happening in sparring. But, nevertheless, Martin Bakole has a lot of good sparring stories. He's supposed to have stopped Usyk, stopped Dubois, hurt this guy, hurt that guy. So that's the reason why they consider him a boogeyman, because everybody, he's done well in sparring, put it like that. He's got a little sparring legendary status going on. So this is still going to be a good fight. I don't like it as much. Not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't like it as much because Parker's not fighting for the heavyweight title anymore. But in terms of fighting, imagine Parker going in here, beating Deontay Wilder, a hard puncher, come on now, Deontay Wilder, we don't have to discuss it. Being able to avoid that right hand for the whole fight. Go in here, beat Shila Shang, coming from the canvas twice, but beating Shila Shang, who a whole lot of people are scared of, right? Whole lot of people. That dude's 300 pounds. People scared of him, right? Win that fight. And then beat Martin Bakole, then without question, he should be the heavyweight champion, only behind Usyk, and the hottest fighter in boxing. I would still put him behind Usyk because of what people said Tyson Fury is. Right? That's the only reason. But really, he would be the hottest guy in boxing. So he has that to go for. Because if he beats Martin Bakole, there should be nothing nobody's talking about. It's whoever's hot versus Joseph Parker. You feel me? So we roll with Joe, so let's go. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.